Hi. As I mentioned at the outset of the first video in this series, videos are a means of conveying information through a combination of verbal and visual means. That being said, two fundamental goals need to be achieved. Step number one, you need to figure out what information you want to communicate, and step number two, figure out how to organize that information. Given that we live in an age of limited spans of attention, bear in mind that we are trying to keep the duration of our videos to 5 minutes or less. So after deciding what you want to communicate, you must decide, is this something that I can adequately explain within a single 5-minute video? And if not, how do I break it down into a series of subtopics that can individually be addressed within 5 minutes? Furthermore, in what order should I address those subtopics? Since this is the third video in this series, I've obviously decided that I cannot explain video production in just one 5-minute video. To me, it's like writing a paper, or if you are more ambitious, a book. Start off with an introduction as your foundation. That tells your viewer why they're watching this and, in general terms, what to expect. Then start rolling out your subtopics. Sometimes you might have a subtopic that builds upon 2 or more previous subtopics. Just keep going along like that until you have said everything that you feel needs to be said. I think that it pays off to give the organization of your video, or videos, some serious thought. The main reason is that it results in a final product that provides greater value to your viewer. However, an added benefit is that it often results in my developing, for myself, a better understanding of the subject. Some, or perhaps most of you, will choose to narrate your video at the same time as you record your footage. For example, as you record yourself going through the motions of conducting a search using a research database, you might explain what you're doing and why you're doing it. This is easy to do using either Panopto or Camtasia. As I mentioned in an earlier video, I prefer to record my narration separately from my video footage. Moreover, I like to write out a script prior to recording my narrative. For me, this has a number of benefits, including: number 1, I find that my recitation is generally smoother when reading from a script. Number 2, the script keeps me from getting off on tangents. Number 3, writing the script forces me to think through what I want to say and makes it less likely that I might overlook pertinent information. And number 4, it makes it easier for me to create captions for the video. Notwithstanding these benefits, this does create a kind of chicken or egg dilemma in that I need to decide whether to 1. Write out my narrative and then figure out what video footage I need to accompany it, or 2. Record my video footage and then write my narrative to explain what's happening in the footage. I don't exclusively do one or the other. Sometimes I do a kind of hybrid approach, as shown in this table, where the left-hand column contains the script for my narrative, while the right-hand column contains notes of the visual elements I would like to include, and at what point during the narrative they should appear. Once you have written out your script, you can go about recording it. I'll explain how to do that in the next video.